Hello, Bill Molyneux here, and I'm back from Wildwood, New Jersey, so it's time to start flocking all these French Indian War figures and get them ready for Jumonville Glen's French Indian War seminar in November. So, really quick, we'll show you a French soldier here, Regiment de Lorraine, the Queen's Regiment. And what I've done is fine turf, about 60%, and blended turf 40%. And then I've mixed it up together, and then I have my 70% Elmer's glue with 30% green paint. I just like to use the green paint with that, and I'll be painting all these bases. And when I'm finished, I also will spray it down so the flocking doesn't come off, the loose flocking, if that makes sense. I presume it does. So we're going to start flocking figures, and we'll come back in a little while and see what the difference is like. I'm going to do the flags for these units when I'm all done. So that's it for now. Hello, we are back. Well, so we have our French Marines in our white Justicorps and our heavy jackets, if for the French term, the outer coat. There's also another coat called a capot with a hood that is sometimes worn over the Justicorps. And then you have the vestée, which is the blue coat, which is visible on this figure. And then sometimes there'd be a gilet, which is a vest with no sleeves. So that's our quick French uniform guide. And so we have the French Marines, Regiment de Lorraine, now flocked. Now, when these are done drying, I will shake them back off into here and then spray them with a light spray of a very fine mist of water and Elmer's glue to help seal down this flocking. I find it's easier to do that than the paintbrush method, but they both work. You can do a very wet paintbrush also. So we're going to start on the Virginia Provincials next, and then the Rangers. So that's it for now. I'm going to be tying all these videos together. Hello, Bill Molyneux, as we continue with flocking of figures. Well, taking a moment to talk about these Rangers. They're painted in a dark green, so I want them to stand out a little bit on the battlefield, of course. So if I use my heavier green flocking with the blended turf, I'm afraid it'll still look too green in that sense. So I want them to pop a little. So I've made a second dish with a 60% blended turf and then about 30-40% fine turf of the green. So one is weeds, one's earth blend. So this will offset their green, pure green uniforms a bit on the battlefield. I'm hoping that will give them a little bit more of a pop when we have them out there for wargaming and diorama stuff. And then we're going to be getting to these Virginia Provincials. All right, well, that's it for now as I continue with flocking. Well, we've stocked back here and are checking on our Rogers Rangers. And you know what I have on the TV playing? I have Rogers Rangers Northwest Passage movie. And yes, it's a little interesting at times, and but for all things considered, for the amount of French Indian War movies we have in the world, it's well worth watching. So we have these all flocked up and ready to be placed on the drying shelf. And the next in line, we have our Virginia Provincials. These Virginia troops will be helping in Braddock's defeat. There's a Robert Ambrose figure in there. Robert Ambrose is a park ranger at Fort Frederick. So let's stop this video, and it'll be added to the string of flocking videos I'm making today. Well, here we are with our Provincials. So this is my Virginia troops, and then we also have a 5-man gun crew for one of my artillery pieces. So we're going to go set these on the shelf and let them dry. And next on the list are the British infantry, the Grenadiers, the line infantry, and gunners. So that's about it for now, as our French Indian War flocking day. Oh, I did have a question why I'm using the green in the glue mix. Well, the reason is if I happen to miss something along the base, the green paint, it covers the base, and so if there's no flocking somewhere along the base that I may have missed, it's still green. So that's that. Anyhow, stay tuned for more flocking video. Hello. Well, we are back. Bill Molyneux, and the never-ending videos of flocking French Indian War figures. So what do we have here? Well, we've just gotten the Grenadiers done, and we have more artillery figures flocked. So we're going to set these over on the drying rack. Once these are all dried in 24 hours, I'll shake them off into the bin of the loose flocking, and then I'll gently spray the flocking with a little spray bottle, like I mentioned before. These figures are BMC from I think the Yorktown play set. All figures were purchased at the Gettysburg Miniature Toy Soldier Shop in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania on Steinway Avenue. So we're going to go put these away to dry. And next we have our line infantry. So we'll stop the video here, and of course all these will be tied in together. Well, the French Indian War Army is pretty much flocked. We have a couple more horses that are drying with some other Provincial officers, but here we have our 4 10-man line units, and all these figures were painted by Jim Shaw and purchased at the Gettysburg Miniature Shop. So I'll be doing some French Indian War battles in 54mm scale using modified brother against brother. So that concludes the flocking of several hundred 54mm figures, BMC, Armies in Plastic, and Atlantic IMEX, just a mixture of everything. And of course we went over our flocking materials and our glue. So August 11th, Josh Warliff and myself will be heading off to see the CSS News, Fredericksburg, Virginia, and Yorktown. So I'll be posting videos each night of our adventures, and they will all be historical sites. CSS News is a Confederate ironclad, and I hope you'll check out some of my rough videos of our adventures. And that's about it for now. I hope you enjoyed this French Indian War flocking videos. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous.